We lost Michelle for a little bit. Alright, here we go. So earlier today I received this email. It's not an email, it's a private message on Facebook. And it was really moving. So here we go. It says, "Dear Kristine, how are you? I just came across your video on YouTube titled My Disability. Wow, it was very touching. I had a look at your Facebook page and you're such an inspiring woman. I listened to your song Home and I really like the arrangement. I don't know what you're saying in the song, but I felt very touched." She's not Vietnamese, this girl who wrote to me. "It's great that you're still doing what you're doing despite the polio. You remind me of my 11-year-old sister and her strength. She can't talk or walk, but damn, does it stop her from doing something? No. She's the most happiest girl in the world and she can sing a few words of happy birthday." And then she says, "I'm a musician myself, and when I was 10 I had an abscess in my brain which paralyzed my right side, but I have overcome it all, and it makes me appreciate life and work to my full potential. What really inspired me, Kristine, was that you told the world about your situation, which is very admirable. I can't even show most of my close friends the huge scar underneath my big hair. Hopefully one day I can be as huge an inspiration like you. All the best in your career and God bless." I got this earlier today. I hope that everybody followed there. I think what I'll do is I'll post the letter later on and obviously keep her anonymity. Keep her anonymous. But what's so cool is that I don't know how much inspiration I'm spreading your way here, but I mean it really, I think if I can spread a little to you and then you can spread a little further and so on and so on and so on, in my mind of peace, love, and happiness, I think that would be just ideal. I know that there are uglies in this world. I know that there are challenges. I know that there are things that we fight about. There are things that we have to overcome. I know there are things we fight about within ourselves. So it just makes me feel so happy that we can at least try. We can at least try to overcome these things and fight them together and inspire each other. I know it's not perfect. I know we're not ever going to get to 100%, but who wants to find perfection, you know? It's in these imperfections that we create something beautiful together. All right, so that concludes question, number 2?
Sean wants to know what cameras and equipment you use for film.
As in right this second, like right now, or just using a webcam, but I'm pretty familiar with I like Canon DSLRs, so I'm pretty familiar with my T3i, the Rebel, and most recently upgraded to a 5D Mark II. I would like to have a 5D Mark III, but it's kind of out of the budget right now. One day soon, hopefully. Okay, next question. Felicia, I was wondering, I know that you're there, Felicia, watching. Felicia had collected a lot of the questions for me into one place. Felicia, if you see what the next question should be and we're not getting to it, can you help us just shout that out?
Will you attempt more Japanese cover songs or originals in the future?
Japanese cover songs, yes, absolutely. My life is my life changes often. I go through different lives. I did a lot of music theater when I was in school, and then I did all this theater and Shakespeare and classical work in university, and then I did pop music that I was writing in English, and then I was singing all the stuff in Japanese, and then now I'm singing all the stuff in Vietnamese. So, long answer to your short question is, because lately I have had to focus on the Vietnamese songs, those are the ones I have to learn because we are filming them, like, you know, coming up soon, or I have to record them soon. So whatever it is that I have to record in the moment, that's what I need to be studying, which means I don't really have the time to, or the brain power, to be honest, to study the Japanese songs. But yes, I absolutely want to, here and there. You know, there are a lot of songs that I come across and I'm like, oh, I really like them. But it's really just a question of time. Yeah, with everything, with all the work, it's all a question of time. Absolutely. Okay, Felicia. Oh, yes, we have to answer Felicia's question. Felicia wants to know if songs like Broken Hearted Okay, so I think AJ answered Felicia's question the other day in our new group, Team Sapphire, but I'll repeat it anyway. I actually don't have a lot of those old demos. A lot of the work that I did so many years ago are in some other hard drive, in some other computer, I'm afraid. AJ has the answer. So if you want to search old Kristine songs, the answer is go to our group on Facebook. You can get to it by going to facebook.com/groups/Team Sapphire, and that's where we're all in there. And one of our fearless leaders. Sorry, what?
AJ has them. If you give him the okay, he'll upload them.
Yeah, AJ has a lot of them. Well, AJ, just check with me first, whatever it is you're about to upload, because it really depends. There's some stuff that I don't actually want to share again. But yes, if you go to this group, everybody, our fearless moderators, AJ and Felicia, will be there to help you with a lot of the archiving. AJ has songs of mine that I don't even have, so so that's where the answer is.
Sean is going to Vietnam. What should he see? What should he do? He needs to film it.
Really? Sean, as in Sean, who's in Korea right now?
Sean Webb.
Sean Webb, yay! Sean, I recommend in Vietnam. Okay, you know what? I can't tell you. I haven't been back since I was a little girl. So I know that there are a lot of beautiful tourist sites. I would probably trust Google over my recommendation right now. But if you do have time, I think it would be great if you can visit the girls in the OBV houses over there. And if you really want to, if you're serious about that, then just send me a private email about it, and I'll link you up with Father Martino, and he'll be able to send you there to meet the girls. Yeah, and I think that they're open to film there. As long as you don't exploit their identities, I think it should be okay. Yeah. I'm actually planning my own trip to go and visit the girls, but my planning takes so much time in advance that, like, you know, I can't just pop on a plane and go. If you pop the questions here, won't we get lost in the chat? Yeah, you know, I think all the questions get lost over time.
Yeah, because people keep typing more stuff.
I know.
James Young, what will you share? Will you share that you are going to perform on the upcoming Asia 71? How's the prep?
I cannot. I have been told that I cannot. I'm sorry. I really, really want to. The prep has been good. We are, as usual, a lot of things happen last minute, so we're on our toes. And you know, I got a whole bunch of phone calls and text messages all day, prepping for the song that I'll be singing. But I'm sorry, I can't tell you. I want to. I really, really do. And I was actually, there was a possibility that I was going to do a duet with someone really special, but then now that changed, and now I don't know, things might still change, and I don't want to announce anything just in case there still are changes. And is any of that in my hands? The answer is no. So I have no control over it. I just wait until they give me a call and let me know what's up. Yeah.
Chị Kristine có về Việt Nam phát triển sự nghiệp ca hát không?
Factory. Factory. I was like, Michelle, are you swearing? Okay. Chị Kristine có về Việt Nam phát triển sự nghiệp. There it is. Okay, I see it. That kind of cracked me up. Em nghĩ Việt Nam có nhiều yes. You know what? Sorry, để chị trả lời bằng tiếng Việt ha. Đương nhiên thì Việt Nam có rất là nhiều những cái cơ hội, và chị biết là có những cái nơi mà sẽ rất là đón chào những cái loại nhạc mà khác biệt với những cái loại nhạc mà đang được phổ biến nhiều nhất. Chị biết, nhưng mà thật sự là những cái công việc của chị nó happen chính là ở miền Nam Cali, còn nói chung là ở nước Mỹ, cho nên là chị không muốn đi. Với lại là cả gia đình của chị, một là ở đây, hai là ở Canada, thì nếu mà đi để mà làm việc thì chị phải đi quá là lâu, cho nên là chị chưa có quyết định để mà về Việt Nam và làm những cái công việc đó. Nhưng mà chị nghĩ có thể trong tương lai, nó tùy theo những cái cơ hội mà đến với chị, và đương nhiên là nó phải đi theo những cái kế hoạch của gia đình. Gia đình là trên hết đối với chị. Yeah. Okay. I hope that answers it. I hope it's not weird for people when I just like randomly switch languages. There are only 2 that we're switching from tonight. So I can't speak that much more of any other language, so I won't be able to fluently answer any question in another language, I don't think.
Ashley has been asking
About the election, how are you doing on the election? Well, actually, like I said, I'm a Canadian citizen. I am an American resident, but I'm a Canadian citizen, so I cannot vote today. But if I could, I would have. Although I don't want to talk about that because I don't want to get into a political debate about who to vote for.
Sapphire.
Yeah, vote Sapphire, says Michelle.
Is Misfit still in the cards?
I bet she voted for Romney. Why? I don't get it. AJ asks, did you hear about the HD Final Fantasy X remake? No. Say what? Meaning the game. Are we talking about the game or the movie? Because I didn't like the movie.
You play games?
Oh, Michelle, you need to do your homework on the SA. I have been a gamer for a long time, but I haven't had time to play for a while, to be honest. Okay. Best game ever. Yeah, I'm a Final Fantasy lover. I really, 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 really love Final Fantasy X. I'm going to get confused if I look down at the screen and then talk this way. So how about...
Hold on. FFX?
Yeah. 10,
the one with
10-2.
The one with Titus.
And Yuna.
You know I was going to name my first son Titus because I thought he was so hot.
He is so hot. Yes, I love Titus, and Yuna is so pretty. Okay. I want to go back to whatever questions we had on hand because I don't want to miss anything. Does Michelle have them, or perhaps Felicia?
I'm looking at them and you answered them.
Did I? I think I got to everything. Maybe we'll have looks like our stream doesn't have to go so long tonight.
That's actually really good.
Okay. I was saying to AJ that in the future I will we'll do our best to set up some instruments in here and play music for you guys and have other guests and things like that. But
Felicia
in the meantime, oh okay, Felicia's got a question. In the meantime, it's going to be you and I Q&As, whatever you want to ask. I pretty much have been answering everything, I think. Okay, Felicia. Felicia says, AJ asked, was there ever a time where breaking into mainstream music market got so tough you felt like giving up and trying something new? I'll be honest with you, AJ. My mission to break into mainstream wasn't as strong as Nemesis Records' mission. A lot of the work that I did with them... Do I have a piece of hair sticking up here? It looks funny. A lot of the work that I did with them during that time, it worked during that time, but now looking back, I'm not sure if all of my missions are still the same. It's not necessarily my priority to break into mainstream anything. It is my priority, however, to do good work, to connect with the right people, send the right message, and spread that as far and wide as possible, whether it's through mainstream or it's through, like an underground kind of way. Like the way we are right now, there's only a few of us right now in the live stream talking to each other. And that, I find that if we connect better now, and we send the message better now to each other, it's more effective. Then that, for me, is more important than going mainstream or reaching more people. It's quality over quantity.
If you had to call yourself one or the other, are you a writer or a singer, and why?
Oh, Lisa, you know the answer to this. I wouldn't call myself anything. Lisa's question is, if I had to call myself something, a writer or a singer? Well, there's more to add to that, right? Am I a producer then? Am I am I an editor? I actually, for the last few years of my life, I did more video editing than I did songwriting. I don't know. So this is why on my Facebook page, where it says what I am, I just have artist. I I don't put musician. I don't put TV host. None of the above. I just put artist. I think above all, I am an expressionist, and that's all that I would like to be called. Maybe that's what they should lower third me as, eh, Michelle? You know, when you appear on TV and there's a lower third, and then they put like, you know, Kristine Sa, like teacher, you know, or whatever it is. So that
yours would be like a long list.
Well, that's the joke. The last time, hey guys, so the last time I was on Victoria Throwing show for SBTN, she called me when they were editing it, and she was like, "What do we put you as? What do you want to be?" And I was like, "I don't know, Throwing, put me as whatever you want." And when I read it, when I saw the result, I kind of cracked up because it was like singer / TV host / editor / like it would have just fallen off the page if they kept going. So I think the answer is I am an artist. I'm an expressionist.
Chị có nghe nhạc của Mỹ không và thích nghe ai hát?
Nhạc của Mỹ hả? Lately I've been hooked on a Taylor Swift song. To be honest, I am a lover of music, and actually chị Kristine Sa thích nghe tất cả những loại nhạc trong tất cả những ngôn ngữ, và chị không bao giờ mà chị chọn ra được cái nào mà chị thích nhất, thì đừng ai hỏi chị là cái nào chị thích nhất. Basically, if you ever ask me for a favorite of anything, you're gonna have a really hard time getting an answer, because I have a love for so many things, and I'm going to steal an answer. I actually got to interview a really brilliant musician and composer, nhạc sĩ Lê Văn Khoa. He's not called nhạc sĩ.
He's Thai.
Well, he's Thai, the teacher, but there's... Okay, so I'm going to say Lê Văn Khoa, the orchestral musician. I interviewed him, and you know what? It never aired. Do you know this, Michelle? It never got to air. It was at the end of my time at VHN, and it never aired. And I'm so sad, because it was a really good interview. And one of his answers was, I asked him exactly that. I asked him favorites, you know? And he gave me such an awesome answer. He goes, I have a very greedy answer, and that is, I love all things. I love a lot of things, so I don't have a favorite. And I love it. He was like, "Thầy rất là tham lam." I was like, yeah, I'm going to take that answer, thank you. And I'm going to definitely cite you. So Lê Văn Khoa has taught me that I can say, I have no favorites, because I love so many things. Yeah.
How was your trip to Mexico? What was it for, and how was the food?
Ooh, my trip to Mexico was mainly for personal reasons. It was a vacation-esque trip with hubby, and him and I went to this resort in Nuevo Vallarta, which is close to Puerto Vallarta. It took me a long time to learn to say that. And Nuevo literally means new, so we were in like the newer part of Puerto Vallarta. It was an all-inclusive resort. It was tropical, beautiful, warm, cheap. Actually, it was a really, really good price for all-inclusive, which means that what that means is that all the food and the drinks, it's all included in your pay. So like you don't have to worry about any extra charges. You just go there and you've already paid for everything. And it was so needed, because I came back from that, and like I remember I called Michelle up when I came back, and I was like, Michelle, we have to have a meeting. So her and I go to a meeting, and I fill her in, and like by the time I was done, she was like, "Oh, you should go on vacation more." She's like, "You did so much work in your brain." And I was like, "Yeah, I think that's the whole idea. Because when you vacation and you come back, your brain refreshes." But I did try to do some work. I filmed quite a bit when I was there. So when there's time, and there's time to edit all that, you guys will be able to see. You'll be able to see a little bit of my trip to Nuevo Vallarta in Mexico.
AJ asks, you started music way back in like early 2000 with Nemesis Records. What was the main thing that made you stand out to them, and how was producing musically independently compared to working with them?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me quickly scan over this one question that Felicia's got from Ronnie. He's curious about Vietnamese singers and celebrities who don't too much wear neck jewelries or something. Okay, so I don't understand, Ronnie, what you're asking, but to my best knowledge, I think you're asking why, because I'm not wearing a necklace. Maybe that's why. I can't speak for other Vietnamese singers. I really have no idea. But for myself, I'm just too lazy, for lack of a better word. I'm an inner beauty kind of girl. I really believe that what I say is more important than the jewelry I wear. So that's my reason. Okay, now, not only you, Kristine. Yeah, I'm sorry, Ronnie. I really don't know for other singers. There's like reasons for everybody at every different thing. So again, AJ asks about work.
Nemesis Records, what made you stand out to them, and how was it producing music independently compared to working with them?
What made me stand out or stand up to them?
Stand out.
Oh, stand out. Oh, okay. I don't know what Nemesis saw in me, AJ, to be honest. It was, I think it was just, it was destiny and timing, I think, really. You know, I happened to have the material, and I was already writing music, and they were looking for someone who's doing that, and I just happened to be the best match at the time. What is it like working then versus now? I would say if I hadn't done what I did then, I wouldn't be able to do what I do now. So I'm not sure if I'd do it any differently, but I'll tell you this, I've learned a lot from working with a specific team. I mean, back then, I can complain about how I felt controlled and blah, 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 but the truth is, back then, I didn't know myself any better anyway. So I was learning from a lot of the things that was being, I guess, I don't want to say, I was learning from the things that I was assigned to do. And so now, from watching the way that things worked back then, you know, I'm able to make some choices for myself now. And then actually the other cool thing is, the way that the industry is set up now, it allows for people to be independent artists. All you have to do is do your research. You know, you can release your own music now, you can have your own company, you can so forth and so forth. It was a lot harder back then. You know, for instance, sounds like it's like a lifetime away, but for instance, you know, 10 years ago, it was near impossible for an independent artist to get their music up on iTunes. Now, it's, you know, it's through one service. It's very, very easy. So, there was a lot that I learned, AJ. There was a lot, and I wouldn't really know where to begin to tell you. But maybe, you know, as time goes on, things will trickle out in all these live streams. Yeah. Ronnie looks like he's typing in Spanish to me. But you know what, Ronnie? Just because I was in Mexico doesn't mean I speak Spanish. The whole time I was there, people would go, "Do you speak any Spanish?" And I'd go, "No, nada."
You said that you had 2 letters that you wanted to read, so you read one. What about the other one?
Oh, yes. You know what? I'm not sure if it's so easily accessible. In the meantime, can we find another question? If there's time, then I'll find the second one.
Is there a full English version of your Suzuka's opening theme?
I'm going to use this camera as a mirror.
Oh, okay.
Look at this, guys. Isn't this funny? My hair was so funny today, so.
Ronnie, please keep things appropriate, or I will block you from the chat.
I may have missed something. Okay.
It was in Spanish.
Oh, okay. I don't understand. All right. What was the question? I missed it because we had to moderate.
It was an English version of Suzuka.
Right, okay. Oh, Heiko wants to know. Heiko, there are no full versions of any of the anime songs that I did back in English because Funimation was actually, we are only licensed to do it for the DVD releases, so we weren't licensed to do the full songs and release it on its own. So we only did it to the length of the intros of the TV shows. So no, I'm sorry, there aren't any full-length versions of those songs anywhere out there. Sorry. My allergies are starting to. Can you hear? You guys hear how nasally I'm getting? Yeah, I think.
You going to Texas anytime soon?
Texas, yes.
Texas?
Yes, I am. I'm going to be in. Wait for it. I have it in my little trusty calendar. I'm gonna be Houston. I will be in Houston, December 16th for an OBV awareness event. If you would like to come see me, that's in Texas. I will share the information for that event pretty soon, as soon as we have a poster or something for it. Mm-hmm.
You wrote a full English version of 1,000 words. Any chance of hearing a recording in the future?
You know, my recent trip home to Toronto, I actually dug up some of my old journals and stuff, and I found those lyrics. So maybe I will record it as soon as there's time. The time is always a question. As soon as there's time, I will record the English version of 1,000 words for you guys, just for funsies.
Chị Kristine, do you have plan to come back to Vietnam with tổ chức một
thân hình? Yes, Katie. Chị có plan để về Việt Nam, nhưng mà thật sự là chưa biết. Cũng như chị nói là những cái kế hoạch với chị và tổ chức một thân hình thì nó phải đi hơi chậm, bởi vì là chị cũng phải plan chung với cha Thông rồi coi những cái giờ giấc của cha. Thì hy vọng là năm sau, coming up 2013. Right? Năm sau là 2013. Suddenly I forget.
Do you remember people calling your voice sultry?
Oh, sultry, my favorite word. Yeah. I'm not sure if Felicia had a typo there, but she put an O in sultry, and it makes me think of poultry. I remember sultry. You know what's so funny? I actually learned the word sultry from reading those descriptions. I was like, what does sultry mean? I had to look it up, and now I get it. I don't know. Is my voice sultry? Is that what it is? I mean, I guess.
Think about it. Sultry and sultry.
Sultry. But you know, sultry is, it has its own meaning. It means like low. We gotta look it up. There was a good definition of it where I read it, but like right now I just have an image of sultry voices in my head. Felicia says it's too hot to handle. Yeah, it's...
Okay, you have to read the Vietnamese one. I'm not gonna even try it.
Okay, Ashley says em thấy chị mặc áo dài rất là dễ thương trong video Home on Văn Sơn. Sao chị không hay mặc áo dài? Chị làm biếng mặc áo dài. Nói thiệt với Ashley là chị Kristine xa, những cái chiếc áo dài thì mình phải đi đặt để mai. Đặc biệt cho mọi người thì chị cũng đã lâu rồi chị không có đi để mà đặt một cái áo mới. Chị được mặc áo dài trong cái chương trình Asia 69, đúng rồi, chị có mặc trong cái tiết mục cuối cùng. It was very nice. Chị thích mặc áo dài lắm, nhưng mà it takes so much work, và thật sự những cái nhạc phẩm mà chị hát á, nó không có nhất thiết mà hợp với áo dài, cho nên chị không có mặc nhiều. So right now it's 7:45. We've actually been doing this for about an hour. I think I'm gonna wrap up soon. Let's give it another 5 minutes. Michelle's gonna help me pick out the next 2 questions. Michelle?
Em đọc tiếng Việt dở quá. Trong Asia 71 sắp tới.
Chị tưởng là sao đang đọc là có người chê tiếng Việt của em đọc dở. I was gonna stand up for you and be like, don't pick on her, it's hard to read. Trong Asia 61 sắp tới, chị hát một mình hay hát chung với nam ca sĩ đẹp trai nào không? I don't know. Chị không có tiết lộ ra hết được. Chị rất là muốn kể cho các bạn nghe là chị sẽ hát bài nào với ai, nhưng mà tại vì lúc mà đang chuẩn bị thì chị cũng biết là anh chị trong Asia không có muốn là chia sẻ ra hết, không có muốn tiết lộ nhiều quá. Nhưng mà chị Kristine Sa biết là chị sẽ được hát chung với ai đó. Cái chương trình này sẽ có rất là nhiều ca sĩ, rất là nhiều những người khách mời đặc biệt mà đã xuất hiện trong những năm qua của trung tâm Asia, cho nên chị biết là sẽ có rất là nhiều những cái song ca và những cái liên khúc mọi người hát chung với nhau sẽ rất là vui. Okay. Question. You should set up an event schedule on your trips on your Facebook. You know, honestly, Heiko, I wanted... It's not that I don't want to have these schedules. I'm lacking help. I need more help than just Michelle. Michelle is actually doing a lot of assisting for me already, and we need even more help on top of that. It just and also when things are booked, it takes a while for them to confirm, and then when they do, sometimes it's too late to add into the schedule, and so forth and so forth. So that's why we haven't had one. But we would love to have one, and if you want to help me, then I would very voluntarily comply. There's a commercial on my screen. Is there one for everybody else? I'm gonna take a minute and read your replies, everybody.
Okay.
Katie says to have a great performance. Yay! Yeah, I'm excited. It'll be nice.
Kristine sao là Tâm Đoan có ở chung nhà không?
Có. Yes, có. Currently, Kristine đang ở nói hình vậy. Kristine và Tâm Đoan có ở chung nhà vậy bây giờ. Currently, yes. Và nếu mà không ở chung nhà thì cũng ở rất là gần nhau. I lived down the street from there was a time that I wasn't living with my sister, but I still was just down the street. So we're kind of tight that way.
Are you going to visit Tampa, Florida, and Sacramento anytime soon?
Sacramento, not that I know. Oh, actually, maybe Sacramento. Florida, not that I know. I might plan a vacation.
I might be in Florida.
Michelle might be in Florida if you want to catch her. Felicia says she's near. Really, Felicia? You're actually very close to us. I had no idea.
It's a 10-hour drive.
Still on this coast.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what, in my head, as long as you're on this coast, I feel like you're close. Like when people say they're in Vancouver, I'm like, you're near, That feels near to me. That is the scope of my world. Okay. We should have a team meetup.
Oh, yeah.
I would love that. Actually, Michelle wants to have a team stream. So if we can set it up where we have days where we can all, the people on Team Sapphire, if we can stream together and meet one another, that would be great. I would love that. Okay, so I think that I've answered everybody's questions. So the last thing I'm going to do right now is just shout out the things that we've been doing so people can join us. And then we'll end the stream for today, and we'll do one soon, another one soon. Hopefully with guests this time, or the next time coming up, or maybe not. We'll see. Maybe not. I knew I wanted to stream and do some cooking. That depends on whose kitchen is free.
If you clean mine.
Okay. So Michelle says I can cook in her kitchen if I clean it. Before or after? Don't say both. If she's smart, she would have said both. What I wanted to talk about was Team Sapphire. We have been calling it Team Sa. It has evolved into Team Sa. Fire. Team Sapphire, the reason I mention it is because we have finally created a group on Facebook for all of us to talk to one another. A lot of my best, I call them friends now because they're like friends, they're fans that I consider my friends. So, the closest supportive friends have been around for so many years that I feel like, we need a forum for all of us to talk to each other. And not to mention, a lot of my closest fans have really, really good ideas on promotion and on how to keep things alive, and I haven't had enough time to actually work with everybody individually. So the idea of Team Sa or Team Sapphire to come together is that now you guys can work with one another and you can work as a team. We'll be there all together. So when I talk to one of you, I can talk to all of you at the same time, and that's a lot easier. And it's all interactive, and it won't just be posts from me like my fan page is. It will be, interactive with each other. So Team Sapphire is up and running and pretty on fire right now. In the last few days I've seen a lot of discussion. You are welcome to join us. We only ask that we are a group of love, peace, and happiness, so join us and be a part of that. You can find us at facebook.com/groups/Team Sapphire, and if it's difficult to do that, we can just add the link. Oh, okay, Felicia has the link right there on the chat next to the video.
You don't see it in your stream? There's no text in your...
Oh, I do! Yes, and it's on the screen. Just kidding. It's on the screen. It's right Wait, I can do it. Do you think when people watch this back, they'll be able to see it? It's right
I don't know.
there.
Now you poke through it.
I poked through it. Basically, facebook.com/groups/Team Sapphire. I mean, when in doubt, you can always go to SafireTV.com and you'll find all these, all these little buttons to our Facebook and to all of our social media streams. And I believe that is it, folks. It was a good stream. I had a lot of fun. Do you guys have any last minute things you want to say before we go off screen? Should we just leave the camera on for a little while we clean up in here?
We can leave it on till my computer dies.
Yay. Felicia is talking to Shell. Thanks for coming, Ashley, Katie, AJ, Felicia, of course, Heiko, I see, Ronnie too, you rowdy person, you. I saw a few anonymous names. I think that's just people who haven't set their names. And then I'm not sure. Oh, Yui, good night, Yui. I think Lisa may or may not still be with us. Lisa, who's in Australia right now. I'm not sure if she's still with us, but I'm so glad you finally made it, Lisa. I've been waiting for a while. Lisa, who renamed herself as Taui. And did I not name off? And J.D. Young, thank you very much. Jay, are you from Team Chicago? I think it's hard for me to remember everybody. I was saying earlier to one of the Team Sapphire girls that you have to forgive me because my memory will fail. In all the years that I've been traveling and of all the places I've gone and then the people that I meet in each place, it's almost impossible for me to remember everybody. But just, be patient with me, remind me. And I'm sure you'll jog up some memories. I bet when I'm a little old lady, it'll be a lot harder. Ah, okay.
Did we miss an earthquake?
Maybe.
Somebody posted on Facebook that there was an earthquake.
There was an earthquake? We missed an earthquake, you guys. That's pretty cool. That's so funny. We were just making jokes about earthquakes. Okay, so my final thing that I'm going to share before I go is a lot of a lot of my close friends call me Mama Sa. And earlier today, Shell was saying, oh, I don't want to call you Mama Sa anymore because Sophie gave you the name. And then I was going to say, actually, here's the history to Mama Sa. It came from high school. In high school, one of the parts I played was an old lady. One of them, yeah. I played this little old lady for one of the musicals. Now I can't remember what the musical was. But, I was like 17 and they had to make me look like a little old lady. So they drew all these like wrinkles on my face and around here. And then I had to act like a little old lady like this, And I remember we took a lunch break during that show. So I went to see my friends during lunch, still in my full makeup and gear. And my friends were like, oh my God, you look like, you should be like Grandma Sa or Mama Sa or something. So from then on, came about Mama Sa. It stuck with me over the years and everybody thinks that they gave me the name, but nope, it came from high school. So there it is. Yeah, some of you may know now that I'm known as Mama Sa.
Okay, back on.
Yeah. Like, Grandma Sa will come about later on, but right now Grandma Sa is just my mom. Okay. Mama Ninja Sa. Ninja Sa is another one. Yay, Heiko would help us with events. Okay, thanks everybody for coming. Have a good night. We'll see you next time.
And cut.
Okay.